I'm recording this YouTube video on my computer right now because my camera is dead. Also, I think recording on my computer like this is kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It's kind of interactive. Today we're talking about why hiring better salespeople won't get you better clients. Disclaimer, this is a little bit ADHD. If you understand it, you're like me, you're a connector. You have a brain that works like mine, I guess, or maybe doesn't work like mine. Okay. Hiring better salespeople won't get you better clients. Think of it like making friends in elementary school. This is you. You have something awesome. You have something cool, and this is your friend. And your friend is like kind of more extroverted than you, right? Maybe he's just like better with talking to new people, or maybe you just don't want to talk that day. And this is a random kid on the playground whose other friend group, he has friends. He's not like lonely or anything like that, but he's just like the only one who couldn't play the game that they're playing because, there was only like 5 people allowed to play, and he's the 6th kid, and he's like, okay, next time. You guys need 3 people to play whatever game you have. And so your friend walks over to this guy and he's like, hey, come play with us. And that kid's like, what's in it for me? Like, I just have to wait for my friends to finish in like 1 game. And this guy has to go through all the work of, number 1, convincing this guy that y'all are not a threat, and that this is even a game worth playing, and that you guys are even cool people. So there's a lot of resistance here. Here's a slightly better situation, but still not the best. Let me delete these. This is you. Once again, you're by yourself. You have an awesome thing. You know this kid, but this kid doesn't know you because this guy just knows everybody. And so he's like still on your side. He's like, hey, like we should go play with this kid. This game again takes 3 people. And this guy still has to kind of get over that resistance of, do I know you? No, I don't. You just have to do a lot of convincing. But the easiest dynamic to crack, to be the most effective with, is when you're already friends. We're buddy, let's just go play the game. Like, there's no resistance. There's no, do I know this kid? It's just 3 people who know exactly what they bring to the table and are ready to just go at it. Let's go play, What your business looks like right now, what your sales process looks like right now, is this. Oh, I don't know what that is. It looks like this. You hate to admit it, but it does. Your team over here, right? This guy's like, yo, like, again, I don't know these people, but please come play with us, please. Like, okay, boom. This guy finally convinces you guys to play with each other. He, like I said, he has so many friends. He runs off to go play with them. And now, I don't know, maybe you made the game able to play with 2 people. I don't know. Anyway, but because this kid didn't know this kid already, they just kind of had like a halfway friend here. The relationship falls apart. And you're like playing with this kid. This kid's like, why do they play with so many boring rules? You're just not gelling. And that's completely okay. But in the sales world, we call that a mistake. And so how do you skip to full compatibility before the sales call, before your friend goes out and tries to make all these friends? And ideally, we want the sales call to be the signing call. I think you should never be sold on the call. You should already be sold. Maybe that's controversial. I don't know. Boom, yeah. You want to look more like this. So, boom, you're probably thinking, this is not elementary school. And you would be right. You would be very correct. But this is life. And life is extremely relationship-based. So how do we bring this into our minds, right? Well, how do you overcome that relational wow, that was a terrible underlining job. How do you overcome the relational resistance? By building parasocial relationships. Don't you love being human? We have brains, like we can do this crazy stuff. Like this is like multi-level stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom. Let's go back to elementary school. Okay, level 1, rumors. Parasocial relationships can start when you hear about somebody. Your friend's like, oh, this cool guy was like, da da da. This type of relationship typically starts in real life. So this is really just like if your business operates in a real life capacity as well. Not like online isn't real life, but if you just have an online business, Okay, you know what? Just, whatever. Rumors. Level 2, online parasocial relationships start with observation. So, okay, you heard all about this cool kid, but now I see him. I see what he's doing. I see what she's doing. She did a backflip off the freaking diving board. There we go. Yesterday I was having a really hard time thinking of that word. He was like making a super funny joke over there on the other side of the lunchroom or whatever. And you couldn't interact because you're not like in that circle. This is your customer observing you. Okay, level 3, proximity desire. I want to be around them. Everybody's having a good time. What's going on? And you're just over there drinking your water like a boring weirdo. Electrolytes. Everybody's laughing. You're not laughing. Why are you not laughing? Because you're not a cool kid. So okay, how do I get around them? This also comes like when you have a favorite artist, you see all their content online, you're like, yo, these people are somebody that I want to experience IRL. Oh, I want to be there. So what does that lead to? Cost, curiosity. What would that take? How much would it cost to get a concert ticket to this awesome artist? And specifically VIP pit tickets, like really close. How much would it cost to be this guy's friend? This is a parasocial relationship. Nothing's real here. Would it take me upgrading my wardrobe? Would it take money? Depending on how cliquey your elementary school was. What would it take, right? Obviously in sales, we know it does take money, and it also takes just being the type of client that you want to work with. Ideally, I'm talking to service-based businesses right now. Level 5, cost confirmation. This is where you discover as the client what the price is to pay. Right here was speculation. Here is confirmation. As the business, this is where you discover if they're willing to pay the price or not. Something to be noted here, and I'm probably going to make another YouTube video about this, is that one way of getting higher quality leads into your sales calls or signing calls is before you try and give them an offer, send them through a quiz that does kind of talk about the price a little bit and kind of qualifies them on their financial situation, so that the type of people that you get on the call aren't just people who are information shopping and don't actually have a strong enough proximity desire. Yeah, so just like send them to a quiz. That's what I do. There's a quiz in the description right now. If you don't know if you want to build a personal brand, if you don't know how to get more sales for your business, you're kind of capped. Nobody really knows who you are except for in your local area, and you are posting content but it's just kind of sporadic, or you're not posting anything, go ahead and take that quiz. Yeah, go ahead and take that quiz. Anyways, none of this can happen. None of this parasocial relationship can flow if you have limited observation or rumors, which is the top of the funnel, at the top of the parasocial relationship. So let's take a look at your marketing. This is your ad. Buy this awesome offer. When they click on the link to like see who you are, there's nothing other than ads. Okay. And so then they're just like, okay, why should I buy this awesome offer? Their immediate feeling is, I don't know these people. I don't really, I haven't interacted with them other than in this ad. And they have the option to just literally bounce here. Imagine they keep going and you say in the DMs or something like this, here's a few projects we've done. Here's some stuff that we've done with clients. Here's some testimonials. And they're like, okay, but like, why should I care? Like, what does this have to do with me? Hop on a call and we'll see. At this point, they can just like hop and be like, I'm chilling. In the event that the person hops on a call, here's the price. Oh, by the way, it's $15K a month. Okay. So like, you didn't have any mechanism to qualify this person before they got on the call. Again, they feel like, I don't know these people and they don't know me. If you ask the questions that need to be asked on a sales call, on the call, okay, what's your problem? What's the thing that you're trying to solve here? And they're like, well, I don't even know what you solve. Like, I just don't want to work with you. Even if you have an awesome offer and you would solve exactly what their problem is. That makes sense. And then they're like, nah, your sales percentage is shot. You would have a high percentage of people come in that can actually pay what you charge if they knew what you charged beforehand, or they knew how you act at literally any other interaction other than the fact that they want to sell me something. So we're going to come right up here, follow this little line. Back to parasocial relationships. The solution to all of this is building personal brands at the company-wide level. If you're a solopreneur who's just super successful by like talking to people in your local area. You also have a personal brand, and you probably have a real life parasocial relationship. If you transition that online, you're going to help scale your trust and get that trust river flowing pretty strong. How do you build parasocial relationships online at a multi-level space? Stop limiting trust distribution, personal branding. Level 1, product, service, brand, quality speaks for itself. This is where a lot of people are. Especially like videographers and people who are very artsy, very hands-on craftsmen. They really just want to like kind of post the product and be like, yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's $3,000. Yeah, I did that. And then the photo is like bad lighting, and the only thing they're good at is like making the thing, but they don't have any skills built around marketing the thing. In the event that you have good product photography, whatever, it's still not enough. It still doesn't create any proximity desire to the brand. Okay, here's another one that a lot of small businesses are in, which this isn't bad. These can all be done very well and work well. This is somebody who's bought something, they have an audience, or a community, if you're talking about in real life, in person. Offline, they have a community of people that they would love to, refer you to, whatever, or just be like, hey, here's what my experience was like. That's still a little bit more shallow than hearing about from inside the company, the people. Level 3. Ooh, now we're getting crazy. Now we're getting high quality here. The founder personal brand. Now these are all stacking. This is not just like this one or this one or this one. These are things that you want to have all together. If you don't have any employees, this is a very strong stack. Founder personal brand, you build your own audience, you've shown them the journey, you show them kind of your thought process when it comes to actually making the thing. I coach people like this just to like kind of helping you get better clients without having to have better salespeople, just by implementing better storytelling. Look at that S word play that we're doing here. Okay, level 4. So if you do have salespeople, maybe just your friends who like work with you and you're all making bank, salespeople, personal brands. The content is so good as the consumer, and you're just like, yeah, what are they even selling? Like, it would be so fun to be on a call with this person and just see how they handle it. But that's it's been done before, which is fine. All good. But this is something that a lot of people really sleep on. If you're at like a corporate company and they have all these different levels of employees, interns, secretaries, all the things, intentionally hiring people who have a background in content creation but don't actually like want to be content creators full time. They just enjoy it like almost as a hobby, and you incentivize them to build an ecosystem of accounts, personal branding accounts, where they're just doing their own thing. And then they also mention that they work here and they share their lifestyle, and they're like, yeah, this is what happened at work today. This is kind of how we make the product, or like how we fulfill on the service, or how the founder fulfills on the service, depending on how, whatever. And obviously you don't have to share everything behind the scenes. If you intentionally integrate this into the culture of your company, you are going to stand out in this economy right now. This creator economy. And I think some really big companies like Amazon or like Nike, whatever, they're doing it, not like intentionally, but it just happens as a side effect of the brand being big. There's such a power to that level of perceived transparency. Even, like I said, even if you're not sharing many things, it's just like there's so many people in this cinematic universe of corporate America of your business. Why wouldn't I trust these guys? I've seen how much they charge. I've taken their quiz. And it's like, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I buy this? And you start to try and really like think as the customer, the client, the prospect. There actually isn't a reason why I wouldn't do that. Again, you're building these parasocial relationships. You walk in, you see the secretary that you saw the personal brand, and you're like, oh my gosh, how's your cat? She's like, who the heck are you? And the conversation just goes really awkward from there. But the point is, you feel like you're a part of family as the customer. When all of these levels are stacked, it's so powerful. And I keep saying this: client brand, influencer marketing, essentially, salespeople, personal brands, or employee accounts. All of these individually are going to look like this diagram, which, like I said, it's not as difficult to trust this guy, you. Wow, that just looks like a fat person. But it's definitely not as easy as this. So, I mean, you as the founder is really like a very key part of this whole thing. Oh, look at how I did it. This is in the center. Yeah. This is kind of the first one that I would start with if you have nothing else. Also, clients, that's like the next most important one. Obviously, you're posting about this. Obviously. I would I mean, I do this. I do this next. Here's what happens once you have all these different like opportunities for marketing at all the different levels. You need somebody to train them. You need somebody to be a reference for how you want to make all the references to the company feel. A brand is how you make your customers feel. I hope that I'm making you feel informed of this crazy opportunity so that you can go capitalize on it like right now, like yesterday. So that's like kind of my spiel there. Here's the overarching message. If you want to limit your brand's revenue expansion, I would honestly even say your reputation expansion as well. You want to limit those things. Limit your trust distribution channels. Limit those. My guess is that you're already doing that and you didn't realize that you were limiting your revenue and you didn't realize you were limiting your reputation. Some key things that I would suggest, just get that founder personal brand locked in. I can easily help you out with that. I hope this was valuable to you. God bless. Go watch more of my content. Actually, yeah, just comment what you need to, comment what else you want to know.